Bloomberg columnist Matthew Lynn is with me. Matthew, thank you so much for coming in. I really enjoyed your column. Now, how reliable, first of all, is this? Because there's a disclaimer in the second paragraph. You say this probably won't fast-track you at Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, no, it's not the most scientific set of predictions, and it's not the way they allocate assets over at Goldman Sachs or the bigger hedge funds. They look at stuff like book values and charts and what's happening to Greek debts. But it's, you know, there's a little element of truth in it. What happens in the football could affect the national mood. Certainly affected the mood in this country over the weekend.
It certainly did. Let me actually run through with you some of what you think may happen. Now, if Spain wins, you say expect the Euro to survive.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you think about Spain, I mean, the Spanish, we know they never won the World Cup, but they've got a great team. They're the favourites going into this tournament. And Spain is the real weak link in the Eurozone, isn't it? I mean, we talk a lot about Greece and Portugal, but the EU could afford to bail out Greece if it has to, because it's quite a small place. Can't afford to bail out Spain. They have to see really big cuts in public spending. But
unless they win the World Cup.
Yeah, unless they win the World Cup. The Spanish should be in such a good mood for a couple of years. They won't mind what the government does to them. They'll be like, hey, you cut our pensions by 20%. We don't mind. Our footballers are doing good.
If Germany wins, you say actually the Euro might collapse.
Yeah, absolutely the reverse if the Germans came through, and of course they played pretty well in their first game, because I think, you know, the Germans go into this World Cup, but like the last one, with a team that no one really rates very much, not great players, at least by their historical standards, but they've got, you know, the traditional German virtues. They're incredibly well organised, they're incredibly disciplined, they work hard, and if they pull through, it'll remind everyone in Germany just why they like all those, you know, traditional Teutonic values, and they'll be thinking, hey, why don't we just concentrate on being German and do what we do best, rather than tying our economies to a bunch of Greeks and Italians and Spanish people we don't like very much. So I think they'll be like, oh, hey, terrific, we've won the World Cup, we're out of here. We want the Deutschmark back as well.
Matthew, if Brazil, you say, go long on the BRIC countries, if Argentina go for oil and commodity stocks?
Yeah, I mean Brazil, I mean, you know, obviously the lead, you know, the favourites of Brazil have always got a good chance. It's the only one of the BRIC nations with a decent football team. As it happens, although the Russians are working hard on it, so it's going to remind everyone that these are the rising powers in the world, big theme in the markets already, but I think it'll push that. And Argentina, yeah, I was thinking about that one. I mean, the Argentinians, I mean, again, great team, lots of talent. Lionel Messi, everyone knows, fantastic player, but they're managed by Maradona, who is, the word eccentric could have been invented for him.
A bit of fun for your trading, Matthew Lynn there.